I'm not comfortable about making this video because of the belief systems that people currently hold, and it's not an easy topic to talk about, but it's vital for me to talk about it in order for me to explain the next topic, which is duality. And it's the reptilian conspiracy theory. So there's two schools of thought when it comes to where they came from. Some believe that they evolved here on the Earth and then left the Earth after they had mastered intergalactic travel and then returned millions of years later. Others believe that their home planet is in the Draco constellations. Supposedly they came to Earth thousands of years ago and shared the Earth with people. Then they either decided or were forced to go undercover and hid themselves from the reality. They also started to interbreed with humans by altering our DNA, similar to the way that people alter computer code. This is very important. They altered our DNA so that we don't use our brain to its full capacity, putting a limit on our consciousness and making us easier to control. As evidence of this, all you have to do is look at the human genes within our brain. And in fact, the reptilian brain is the oldest of the three parts that controls the brain. The second is that people with reptile DNA in them can be possessed by reptilians who live outside of our realm of awareness, in the lower fourth dimension. These human-reptile hybrids, considered demigods, were able to gain power in the ancient civilizations of Sumer, Babylon and Mesopotamia. This is referenced in the Bible and it's referred to as the Nephilim giants, and it was a result of the reptilians breeding with humans and therefore creating offsprings that were Nephilim. They've also made the population stupid and lazy by poisoning the food, the air, the water. So you just sum it up, because it's a lot of very unusual information to take in. There's a lot of evidence with this, and you got to look at the facts at the end of the day. There's a few videos on YouTube of interviews with reptilians. And they're definitely very interesting, specifically the one with Lacerta. There's also a lot of pictorial evidence, and there's a lot of records that go back to Egyptian times with reptile people. And I personally believe that this is the Anunnaki. And I personally believe, although you shouldn't believe anything, so I'll take that back, I think that the Anunnaki were reptilian, are reptilian, and I think they altered our DNA because they were threatened by our DNA, and so they gave us two strands of DNA. One of them is their own DNA, which is the reptilian, hence the reptilian brain, and then ours. And this is why there's constant chatter and conflict within our minds, because you can't get any more opposing forces or physical beings than the reptilian and the human. It's two things that just don't mix. So rather than being fully evolved and powerful, we find ourselves walking around at odds with ourselves, constantly having to battle within, and this is where they have the grips in us, and that brings me to the next subject, which is duality. Thank you.